Welcome back, viewers, to once again the most exciting part of our show. Norm, would you like to introduce our player guest today, please?
Well, we're happy to have with us today Vince Renda, native of Montreal, 6 foot, 200-pound plus defenseman, who is a stay-at-home defenseman but rather he has a good high-level offensive skills.
He certainly does, and Vince, I don't mean to take this away from you, but I remember 4 or 5 weeks ago you had that coast-to-coast, end-to-end rush there. That sticks out, so let's not talk a purely defensive defenseman.
I guess I'll take that off my list.
Okay. So Vince, Norm usually asks us, I'm going to steal his thunder, how did you get from Montreal to Brockville? And I don't mean this morning.
Yeah. Last night.
Yes.
Well, I grew up playing for the Cobras in Verdun in Montreal up until my bantam year. And then I left for prep school in New Hampshire at St. Paul's School. Stayed there for 4 years, graduated there, and then this summer ended up going to the Chowder Cup where Dustin Traylon saw me. And had talks with him over the summer and then ended up here.
How would you describe the pace of the CCHL, Vince?
I think the pace is much higher than prep school, mostly skill-wise, I'd say. I think the Canadian style of hockey is more skillful rather than the American style, which is more dump and chase, hard-hitting. So I think you have more time to make plays, more creative plays. And
I don't know about your coaching staff, but I sense that you fellas are skilled enough to score off the rush each time, and not be cycling the puck, but you got enough skill and speed to score off the rush. Is Coach Traylon, which way does he go? Dump and chase, or?
I think Dustin's trying to implement more of a dump and chase style, and I think you can see in our goals against, I think we have the lowest goals against in the league.
You got it.
And I think that dump and chase style is really helping us keep the puck down low rather than on the rush. We do have the skill to do it, I think, but I also think that if we were playing that style of hockey more, there'd be more turnovers and more goals against.
Sure.
So I think we do show that creativity once we get in the zone, but I think our dump and chase style is working for us right now.
Right. It seems to, I remember an interview with Dustin, and he mentioned, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but did you have a leadership role at St. Paul's? Was it St. Paul's?
Yeah, I did. I was one of the assistant captains for my junior and senior year.
Oh, that's very nice. So you're bringing those leadership characteristics to the Braves, and because we have, although we have a nucleus of returning players, we have a fantastic number of new bodies. And
Vince, how would you best describe your game?
I'd like to think I'm a two-way guy, like you said, defensive defenseman, as well as I have a decent amount of offensive skills where I can pitch in offensively. And in the offensive zone, I'd say I'm more of a passer than a shooter.
We've been used to in Brockville here with Pesky last year. You wouldn't know him probably.
I've heard about him from the other guys.
Okay, and player, Israel.
So, yeah.
Those seem to be, when they're on the ice, we had 5 forwards on the ice. But I noticed that you do have high skills in the offensive side of the game, but you pick and choose the right time to go.
Yeah, and that wasn't always the case. Dustin actually helped me a lot with that. I got some tough conversations at the beginning of the year for bad pinches and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if Dustin could get pretty aggressive at some point, but he does it for a good reason. You know, I think he's helped my game in that way. I'm picking my spots well, and I'm still getting the points and all that while still being reliable defensively. So I think he's helped my game a lot in that sense.
Now, could you describe to us which team you found is the hardest to play against in the CCHL?
I'd say Smith Falls.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Not Carleton Place, right?
No, I think Carleton Place is a great team, but I also think we match up very well against them.
You do too, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've done really well against them. Smith Falls is similar to us in that they can keep up with us speed-wise, and I think they're the only team in the league that can keep up with us when we're wheeling. So they're the only team that, when we're at the top of our game, can keep up with us. So I think they'll be a tough matchup going down the road here.
Oh, Highway 29, eh?
Yes. Yeah. You mentioned about you were managing to keep some points on the board. I think you're third place for defensemen in the league in scoring. So
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's pretty good. And we can offset that. I can remember a really big check that you threw about a month ago back in our defensive zone. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So okay. So as you said, both ends of the rink, and you seem to excel at both. That's to the benefit of our team, and our fans are loving it. By the way.
Just to confirm, you are tied for third in the CCHL amongst defensemen. So that's a good level to be at. What about aspirations, Vince?
Well, the hope is to play Division I hockey in NCAA Division I.
Talked to anybody yet?
I haven't talked to too many Division I schools. Talked to some D3 schools. I do believe I have the skill to possibly play Division I.
There's no doubt
Yeah.
they're missing something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think if we keep winning, and I just want to keep playing as well as I can just to help out the team, and I think if we keep winning, more and more schools will come watch, and that'll help me out if the team's doing well, so that's the goal.
Well, you just keep up what you're doing right now, and I'm sure that the NCAA Division I, they'll be knocking on your door.
That's the hope.
And I can only echo what Norm has said, Vince. And so on behalf of Norm and I and our viewers, we'd just like to thank you for being here today. It's been a real pleasure talking to you and finding a little bit about the personal background to number 11 for the Brockville Braves, Vince Renda.